Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please write me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding this video or any other video that I posted in the past. If you have any ideas of videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. My cousin Marge is an amazing cook. Her family runs a well-known Chinese restaurant and she works there about 4 days a week. However, she always cooks her meal at home because she believes that this is much better for her children than food that are cooked in a restaurant. She's truly one of those persons who believe that you need to know exactly what you put into your body and the fact that you are what you eat. One thing always impressed me about my cousin Marge is her efficiency in the kitchen. She can put a meal together for 6 people, which are 5 of them in her family, plus me, in about 30 minutes, all from scratch using fresh ingredients. And she always prepares amazing meals. For each of the dinner, she usually will come up with about 4 dishes. One time I was still in graduate school, I went to stay with her and her family. Over a 5-day period, she came up with almost every single night with different dishes. She cooked her dinner with such creativity and innovation, and so effortlessly that I was truly amazed. And only many years later, I start to understand how she did it. In fact, I have incorporated many of the elements of how she cooked into the development of the fast cooking system. In this video, I would like to demonstrate to you the important lesson that I have learned from Marge, that is to take common ingredients and by using them differently to create different dishes. The dish that I'm going to demonstrate in this video is a pork tenderloin stir-fry dish with broccoli, shiitake mushroom, and silken tofu. 3 of the 4 ingredients that in this dish, that is the pork tenderloin, shiitake mushroom, and silken tofu, actually come from another dish that I created previously. A couple days ago, I make a hot and sour soup, and I use these 3 elements in that dish. And then I discovered that I actually would like to use only half of it, so now I have half left. When I look in the refrigerator, I decided that I'm going to do a stir-fry dish to use these ingredients, and the end result is that I can come up a very different dish from the hot and sour soup. So let me quickly retrace how I create a hot and sour soup. The hot and sour soup contains pork tenderloin and shiitake mushroom. I cut up the pork tenderloin and then I soak some shiitake mushroom as I've shown here, and I slice them into thin pieces to be used in the hot and sour soup. And then furthermore, I also use some silken tofu. Now the silken tofu comes in a 1-pound package. After I cut it up, I decided I'm going to only use ½ pound to make the soup. So after I have all these ingredients ready, the first step is that for me to stir fry the pork tenderloin with the shiitake mushroom. And this will allow me to seal in the flavor so that they will be more flavorful in the soup. After I finish doing the stir frying, before I start to create the soup, I decided that I'm only going to use half of it. And I have 8 ounces of pork, and I think 4 ounces will do. And I have 2 cups of shiitake mushroom, and I think I only need to use 1 cup. So I set half it aside and put them in the refrigerator, thinking that I'm going to use it to cook another dish. But at the time, I really do not know exactly how I'm going to use them. Same thing is true with the silken tofu. I decided I would only need to use half of it, and I'm going to save the other half. I remember once my friend Eugene said to me, he said with advanced prepping and template-based cooking, you never have to worry about not able to decide what you want to cook for that evening. Because all you have to do is open up the refrigerator, you will see what you have available. And a lot of time, because of advanced prepping, you will know which ingredients that you should use up first. And with template-based cooking, you can use the basic template and make adjustment to include almost any type of ingredients that you want to fit the particular template. So a quick glance of the refrigerator and the freezer, you will already have idea what you want to make that evening. And that make home cooking more spontaneous and intuitive. It is so different from recipe-based cooking. So quickly, let me show you how I actually cook this dish. It's extremely simple and straightforward. I have some broccoli, so the first step is that for me to stir fry the broccoli. Because the broccoli will take time to cook. And using the principle of sequential stir frying, you always put the ingredients that you want to cook longer into the wok first. So after stir fry the broccoli to the texture, pretty much what I want. And next, I'm ready to add the shiitake mushroom and the tenderloin pork, which I have already cooked earlier. And since all I need to do right now is to warm them up, so I add them to the point when the broccoli is almost done. Just a few quick stir, I'm ready to season the dish. And I decided I'm going to make this dish slightly spicy. So I'm going to add some chili pepper flakes. And I'm going to season the dish with a combination of hoisin sauce to oyster sauce in a ratio of 1 part of hoisin sauce to 2 parts of oyster sauce. I add another 1 part of soy sauce because I'm cooking this dish for my son as well, and he likes food that a little bit saltier than we do. As I have discussed in my other videos, this sauce combination is really a shortcut to create a sauce that is, I would say, pretty much up to the flavor preference that I have. And of course, you can use more complicated method for creating a sauce, but in terms of saving time and efficiency, and also in terms of flavor, this pretty much meets my criteria. And here I decided that I would like to have a little bit more sauce, so I add a small amount of water to the wok. In fact, I add the water directly to the area that I noticed that food has been stuck and burned to the surface of the wok. And then I use my wok spatula to scrape it off. As the water turns into steam, it is very easy to remove this burn material. And I call this method a spot cleaning. So basically, I am cleaning the wok at the same time while I was cooking. And this makes cleaning the wok much easier later on in the sink. I add the silken tofu way at the end. And the reason was simple because the silken tofu does not need to be cooked. It just needs to be warmed up to the serving temperature. I do not want to add it earlier because I do not want to break up the tofu. So when I add the silken tofu, my focus is to warm up the tofu and also mix all the contents with the tofu. And in here, the wok spatula is extremely useful. It will allow you to use it like a shovel, so you can toss the tofu with other food ingredients in the wok much gentler than otherwise. I will never serve a dish without doing a final taste testing. This will allow me to ensure that the flavor of the dish is what I expected, and I call this flavor chasing. And in this case, I decided I can use a little bit more oyster sauce to enhance the flavor of the dish. As you can see, this dish is very fast to cook. In fact, the total cook time is less than 5 minutes. Even though I use almost exactly the same ingredients, that is silken tofu, pork tenderloin, and shiitake mushroom, the outcome of this dish is very different from the dish that I cooked earlier, which is the hot and sour soup. I discovered this exactly how my cousin Marge cooked. She's very creative in how to use different ingredients for different types of dishes. And by advanced prepping, she can always have ingredients available to her, and by using different combinations, she can create many different variations. So with the fast cooking system, with the 4 attributes in flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking, you can see the possibility right in front of you and how you can cook every single night, probably for a long period of time, maybe even a whole year, without ever repeating the same dish twice. I'm going to provide the link to this recipe up below the video, but I don't think you will need it because it will be far more fun for you simply using the template to create your own. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. If you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.